Welcome to the Conscience of Kansas radio show with Paul A. Ibbetson. A no-nonsense conservative talk show that looks at the local, state, and national issues that affect the people of Kansas. And now, here's Paul A. Ibbetson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very special guest here in the Conscience of Kansas radio program. It is Sharise Parviz from Restrained No More. You can find her website at www.restrainednomore.com. And Sharise, we'd like to welcome you to the Conscience of Kansas radio program.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Paul. I appreciate it.
Well, you know, it's our pleasure to do so. We've been playing several of your characters on the Conscience of Kansas radio program. I think we started out with Maid Marian, and we've kind of rotated to Rhonda on her soapbox, and people are just loving it up, eating it up here in Kansas. And I wanted to ask you, how did you get involved with all the work that you're doing?
Well, I tell you, after I became a mother, I started getting very involved with politics because, you know, once you become a parent, your whole perspective changes in life, you know. And so I started getting pretty heavy into politics. But I'm an actress, and that's something I love to do, and I've been doing forever, it seems like. And I live in Hollywood. And I was just having a real hard time, very frustrated with just the one-sidedness, that mindset that's in, you know, L.A. And then before the elections, I was just so frustrated with the media and how biased they were, and still continue to be so. But so I started really just by venting my own frustrations of just what was going on in the world and in our government and in the campaigns, and it just drove me crazy. And so I decided just to start venting on YouTube. And but as I did so, which I did with 2 videos just off my webcam, just put them out there, people just started responding. And I realized, wow, I really am enjoying just speaking my mind and using, you know, what I love to do, which is acting, and be able to get political as well. And so it kind of just grew from there. Wow.
Well, that's very excellent, you know, and there's several topics to talk about. Of course, we would start with the undeniable truths, and that's, Sharise, that I myself am a very beautiful man. And all of our radio listeners tell us, and my radio voice is sort of a seductive river that runs down the radio airways. And while we like to surround ourselves with beautiful people, when we have someone like you coming in the Conscience of Kansas, you raise the bar way up there. And we talked about it last week in that there are 2 kinds of beauty. There's the physical beauty. And we all these thousands upon thousands of young, healthy wildcats here at Kansas State University are hitting me with the emails like, where'd you meet this lady? Where'd you meet this lady? But then they start really listening to the message behind that. And that's the second beauty. I think the more important beauty is the message that you bring. You really bring these strong conservative values, and your different characters that you come into, that you come in and really embody, is bringing, you know, serious messages along with the humor. And what has been the response that you get from people to all these satirical work that you do?
Yeah, it's mixed. Well, primarily I get a lot of support, I have to say. Everyone really, even the conservative Christian, which I am one, although some people go, you are? And I go, yes, I am, actually. But, they're very supportive. My work, although, I kind of get on both sides, the very, very conservative people, because some of my videos are a little on the edgy side. They go, they're a little offended by it. And then, of course, I get bashed by the liberals. But for the most part, most people are very, very supportive, see the humor for what it is. Like I said, take the message seriously, but the messenger, not so seriously, but the message takes seriously. And so most really do understand that it is satire. It isn't supposed to be taken too seriously, how I'm delivering. And so really it's been very supportive. There's just been a few here and there on the conservative side that, won't post my videos or won't, look at them or kind of question my, moral behavior or what have you. And that's okay. You know, for me, it's about when I develop my ideas, they just kind of start to develop on their own. And for me, I pray about things, and I hope that's okay to say on your show.
Absolutely.
But well, I do. And when if I feel convicted that what I'm doing is the right thing to get a message out, then I go with it. And if not, then I don't. And so as long as I know in my heart that I'm okay, that God is okay with what I'm doing, then that's what I follow.
Well, absolutely. And, of course, we follow that example as well. And one of the things I think that conservatives do, the ones that are successful in getting their message out, and to me, the whole idea is that conservative values, the ideas of God, family, country, they are superior values. And if they are disseminated out to the people in a way they can understand and relate to, that they win. And so part of that is, I think, the ability to get that message out where they can understand it. And humor is a wonderful tool. People gravitate naturally to humor. And it helps, I think, in some ways. You can tell me if you agree with this, but when you have some medicine that needs to get out to the American people, some serious issues that are going to be contentious, if you can get their attention by something that is comical, something maybe that they can look at and say, yeah, I understand it. I can identify with that it makes the issue itself a lot easier to get out to people. Does that make any sense?
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree. One of the things that I want to do with my videos, or that one of the goals was not just to preach to the choir, so to speak, in that I've gotten a lot of people who did vote for Obama, who are kind of on the left side, come over and communicate with me through personal messages or email. And I actually got invited on YouTube to be their first conservative friends. And so they actually stick around to watch my videos and start to think about what I'm saying. And so, my thing is that I don't want to beat my chest. I don't want to rant and turn people off. I want people to listen. And you're right. I think humor is a huge part of that. It's just getting people to listen and learn something while they're having a good laugh.
Well, absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, we're speaking to Sharise Parviz from Restrain No More. She has several different locations you can find her work. You can go to www.restrainnomore.com. You can go to www.shariceparviz.com.